Hello guys and welcome to NerdifiedGamers. I'm Alex. Today we're going to be going through my game pickups episode 2. This is from the end of October to the end of November. I'm super excited because I got a lot of cool stuff that I want to show you today. And without further ado, let's just jump right on into it. I got Super Nintendo, N64, NES, and Xbox One games here today. So let's just go through each one individually as quickly as possible because I ain't got that much time. Got Pitfall for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This is an iconic side-scrolling platformer. There's a lot of swinging on vines, jumping over trenches, and iconic 16-bit graphics, and just in general, I think a lot of gamers would recommend this game in the early days of you having a retro console. Yeah, mine's a little scuffed up. I don't discriminate. I decided to give this sad little game a nice home with me where I will protect it forever. Next is Turok Rage Wars for the N64. Now the only thing I can really compare this to multiplayer maps that come out for like Halo and Call of Duty and Battlefield. This is basically a score attack game, but it does have versus and cooperative modes. A nice evening with a buddy. Now, for some of these games, I did go on kind of a cross-country adventure. Two of the games that I got were Jurassic Park for the NES and the Super NES. Now, these games are super identical, pretty much. They're top-down view, score attack-y type of game. It's a lot of fun if you kind of like a challenge. These games are both pretty difficult. I died like a bajillion times. I didn't know what was going on. I have the box and the manual for this as well. Both in great condition too. Next game, big fan of Toy Story up in here, up at NerdifiedGamers. I love the first game, I love the movies. It was awesome. This was my childhood. As soon as I popped this in, it was a nostalgia bomb. I was actually surprised at the level design and scale of some of these levels. This is a 3D platformer, just like Super Mario 64 and Zelda Ocarina of Time. Great arcadey, fun controls and visuals and sounds, and it just appeals to me so much. 5 different tiers of collectibles that you can find in each level. And the levels are huge. They go from the attic to the basement of Andy's house in the first level. Great fun. Have a lot of fun with this always since my childhood. Let's go through some modern games because I totally skipped that pile. I got Assassin's Creed Origins for the Xbox One. This is a beautiful recreation of ancient Egypt. Story is great. Single player awesomeness. What can I say about this game? Beautiful visuals, everything. I feel like this is microtransactions done right, where it's purely cosmetic and doesn't affect the game at all. You know, I really like that. I like that a lot. Next game is The Sims 4 for the Xbox One. This game, it does have tricky controls at first, but I feel like once you get the hang of it, it is awesome. It's an updated version of The Sims you know and love. Great graphics, a new emotion system. Things just feel more responsive. Creating houses has never been so much fun. I do understand the PC version is much better. I don't care. I love it. It's great. I do recommend this game if you're a fan of the Sims console, but do watch some reviews because the controls can be tricky at first and a little bit off-putting. But other than that, amazing. Killing Sims has never been so much fun. Let's just put it that way. No, just kidding. I actually really like to challenge myself in Sims games. If you look up some of the online challenges for this game, you will be astonished of how crazy people are. EA's Battlefront 2, I already made a video about this. You can check that out. I'll leave a link right there or something. Yeah, you can just. Next is Tarzan for the N64. This is another nostalgia bomb. I rented this game. And ever since I rented this game that one time, I was like, I need to play that game again. Like, I need to play it. Everybody was pushing towards 3D platforming at that time, like Super Mario 64, and Ocarina of Time, and Banjo-Kazooie. This was made by Activision. They put a lot of love into this. There's a lot of collectibles, very faithful to the movie. Long, challenging levels at some points. The biggest complaint I would have with this is the camera angle. Sometimes, most of the time it's great, but at some parts of certain levels it's just like, Did I die because of the camera there, or did I die because I suck? Next up is Super Eagle Strike for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This is an air combat simulation. I'm not really into air combats type of stuff, but this is a one that I really enjoyed, actually. Next up is a series that I actually have a pretty big collection for accidentally. This is Bart Simpson vs. the World. I think Simpsons games are a little underrated because I have a lot of them and they are fun. It's not the best one I've played. It is a lot of fun nonetheless. I've played Simpsons games more than I play some AAA heavy hitting, licensed, fully everything. The last N64 game I'm going to be talking about today is Winback. And I knew nothing about this game, but it was recommended to me, and I picked it up because I just saw it at a cheap price, and I was like, alright, it's cool. As soon as I popped it in, I felt it's kind of reminiscent of Metal Gear Solid. Graphics are whatever, could be better, but it is N64. It's definitely aged. It's dated. You can tell as soon as you pop it in that this is like an old game. Controls are a little tough, but you know what? I'm intrigued. I'm a big fan of Metal Gear Solid. We'll see how this goes. I can't say much because I don't know much, but from what I've played, it's alright. Now, ironically, this happened by accident, but these last two games I think are the best games I got this time around, just because of personal preference. Let's just start them off. F-Zero for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This is the Player's Choice Edition, that's why it's in gold. It's in perfect condition, and just, you know, if you don't know what F-Zero is, it's like high-speed, super arcadey racing on amazing tracks with 16-bit graphics and 16-bit amazing iconic music. If you're a big fan of racers, I highly recommend F-Zero if you've never played it before. If you don't know, Captain Falcon, that's where he originates from. So there's that. And the last game, but certainly not least, is Metroid for the NES. I've always been a Metroid fan ever since I played Samus Returns for the 3DS, I just like went crazy and I was like, I need everything Metroid ever. Because I think when I was a kid, it was a little bit too much for me. Multi-directional side-scrolling platform adventure with amazing upgrades and amazing ominous music, amazing graphics at the time. Big surprise at the end if you don't know what it is. It's based off of one of my favorite series, the Alien series, and this is heavily based off of that. I love it. I absolutely adore this game. Every time I pop it in, I have a great time. I progress a little further.
That's the thing about this game. It's balanced perfectly where you progress in the game until you can't, and then right when you can't, you have to kind of backtrack a little bit, but not so much that it's annoying, and find an upgrade that allows you to progress, and then from that moment, you use that item for the rest of the game. Like, it's heavily awesome.
And guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching my video. I enjoy it so much. I enjoy editing. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy having conversations about things that I love. Yeah, so make sure you like this video to show some support for NerdifiedGamers. Also, make sure to comment down below. Let me know out of these games, if you've played any of them, what you think the best game out of this haul would be. Also, leave a subscribe. I'm gonna leave it right there. And I'm also going to leave a link to a video that I just made yesterday over there. So that's all I got for you guys today. And tune in next time to NerdifiedGamers.